Good evening, everyone. I should sit up, right? Have better posture for my video. Here we are. Gosh, is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday evening, and it is the personal side, so time to share a little bit about myself. So I decided tonight, kind of like just an off-the-cuff thing, to share with you some of my favorite books. So as a young man, like the first book I actually remember reading was a book called Lizard Music. Lizard Music, probably in like the 5th grade. Goofy book about music and a magical island. Next book I remember reading was something called The Westinghouse Murders, or The Westinghouse Mystery, I think. What was really annoying about that book, and I read that probably in like the 6th grade, was the first sentence of the book was like, "The sun is rising in the west, not the east. Isn't that strange?" And then all the characters in the book had names like the compass, like, Mr. North Face, Mr. Eastman, Miss Westminster. And at the end of it, the person who committed the crime was the Westman. Because in the first sentence was, "The sun was rising in the west, not in the east. Isn't that strange?" I was really annoyed when I finished that book because I didn't catch it. And it really bothered me that I'm like, how dare. So since then, it had been a while. Some of the next books that I read, Think and Grow Rich, love that book, read that book just out of college, Napoleon Hill's, that was good. How to Win Friends and Influence People, also a good book, oldies but goodies. Next one that I really liked was the Stephen Covey books, the doctor books, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Principle-Centered Leadership, and my personal favorite, which was First Things First. I thought First Things First was a really good book. I have a degree in psychology, so that book just really kind of, it checked and it was good. Then you go from those to all kinds of different kind of spiritual books. Conversations with God, Tuesdays with Maury. I'm trying to think of the Zen books, the Zen series that I read. But a bunch of those books. Then kind of got out of it. Then I got back into American history. Read 1776, John Adams. Really learned a lot. Like I say, back in those days, like, men were men. I mean, like, I certainly do not compete with what John Adams did and the generals in 1776. I mean, just phenomenal books. Really, really good stuff. Once again, fell out of reading, and then came back into it through the help of friends, and then recently some books that I really enjoy. A Man Called Uva, that was really good. All the Light We Cannot See, great book. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I go back a little bit to Conversations with God. Conversation with God was a really good book. I really enjoyed that one. The Celestine Prophecy, that was a kind of a good book, more about like universal energy, but I definitely enjoyed that as well. Goodness. You'll notice a lot of the themes are like, self-help and spiritual and history. Those things are books that I enjoy. It's not till recently I've been reading books and I'm like, okay, books for pleasure. And I am, enjoying them. Currently, I'm reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Repair. Just because a guy I know and really respect, it's his favorite book. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna read that. So it's a slower read now that I have Amelia, now that we have Amelia. A little bit slower. I'm reading an awful lot of kids' books, which, by the way, Go to Sleep Sheep. Great book. Totally love it. Read it every day. Kids' book, but it's really, really wonderful. If you have a chance, just go with that there. Oh, and then, of course, the Rhinoceros Success books. So there is a book called Rhinoceros Success, which I gave a video on a long, long time ago at the early part of the season, the series, why I really like that. And then there's Advanced Rhinocerology. And then there is, what's the third? There's 3 books in the series. So yeah, those are good books. But anywho, I've read the Bible, by the way. So yeah, the Bible, I've read that multiple times. I've tried to read it cover to cover. Hard book to read, but I've done that as well. So anywho, there you go. Just a little bit of personal stuff. For those keeping Amelia account, she's doing well. All is well, man. Good checkup, good kid, and a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye now.